We're doing a Q&A with Dr. Tiffany Pringle, who is an expert in insurance, health and life insurance. Her company is called the TAP Insurance Group. Hopefully we can get her to come back on. I don't know what's going on with the technology. For those who know, Mercury's not even retrograde. I don't know what the hell's going on. Be back on. All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I'm not going to touch nothing. I think it might have been me that did that because
Okay.
I was waving to people.
Okay.
I'm
No
not gonna click
problem.
nothing else. I'm just gonna mind my business. All right. So, for those who are new, thank you for coming. This is Coach Simone Kelly with Dr. Tiffany Pringle of the TAP Insurance Group. You started to say you were from Brooklyn, New York originally. You're now in Atlanta, and then tell us about TAP Insurance Group.
So TAP Insurance Group is a full agency. We provide health products as well as life and annuity products. So anything from getting a dental plan to major medical plans as well as life or annuities.
Okay. And we have a lot of questions. I don't know how much. I was thinking we're going to keep this to 30 minutes or less. So let's see. Hopefully you have enough time to answer all these questions. But a lot of people in the Own Your Power community are very interested in insurance. I was very pleased to see that people had questions, right? I don't need that. I'm just going to live on the wild side and see what happens. But apparently a lot of my people are looking to protect themselves. So the first question I heard that was interesting. I'm going to give a shout out to Opal in the Bronx. She said, what's the difference between term and whole life insurance? And you're frozen. I hope you can hear me. I'm scared to touch anything. Oh, God. Hi, James. My trainer's on here. Hello. Oh, God. Why do we have so much difficulties today with technology? Can you hear me, Dr. Tiffany? Where'd you go? Can you guys? Okay, so I'm not frozen, thankfully. What's up? And my trainer calls me Kels. That's my gym name. You know, I feel cool. He calls me that. He's like, what's up, Kels? I don't know. Maybe you have to come back. Can you hear me? Oh, she's trying to come back. I don't know. Let me see. Go live. Yeah, she left and I had to bring her back. Let's try it again. Instagram is not my friend today.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
here.
You're back. Did
Yes.
you actually leave and come back?
No, I mean, I got kicked out. I keep getting kicked out.
You did. Okay. All right. Because I saw you in there. I was like, oh, maybe she got kicked out. Okay. Let's try to answer the first question. So the first question is from Opal in the Bronx. She wants to know what's the difference between term and whole life insurance. So break that
So,
down.
sure, term is like renting a specific period of time. So you either have 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years.
Okay.
There are some companies that go a little further than 30. And then whole life is you own that policy for the rest of your life. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're 30 years old and you get a 30-year policy. When you're 60, that policy will not exist any longer. You have to then, they'll give you an option to do a whole life on some of those terms. But if not, you are without insurance. Whole life is I bought my policy at 30. As long as I continue paying my premiums, if I turn 100 years old, I will still have my policy.
Right.
And it builds cash value. So getting it sooner than later is a benefit to you because the premiums will be lower. Whole life is more expensive than term life. So a lot of people choose term because it's affordable.
Right. It's much cheaper. But the downside to term is like that example that you just gave. Once you turn 60, insurance is much more expensive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hope that
It's
answered your
more
question, Pat.
expensive and you may have health conditions at that
Right.
time that the carrier won't cover or you can't get but so much coverage.
Right. Got that. And can we give a little round of applause for the glasses? Okay. I must compliment you. You always have some snazzy glasses on.
Thank you.
You know what they call that when I used to run networking events? We call that an icebreaker something that's an icebreaker conversation. Somebody come up to you and start talking. Yeah. Anyway, back to
But
work.
I can see out of them.
Say that again.
I can see out of them. They're not
Oh,
just
they're
fashion.
not just for glam. Okay, but they add a little pizzazz to the blindness. Got it. All right. So the next question was, and I see this everywhere on YouTube. What are the benefits of having universal life insurance? This is from Roe in Florida.
Okay, so Right. Universal life is like the middle of the two. The premiums can be flexible, they can be adjusted. Cash value does accumulate and it gives you that tax advantage. People use these type of plans to fund projects down the road. So, for instance, let's say I want to start a plan for my child. So by the time they're 30, they can pull out of this plan. They'll have money that has accumulated. They can purchase whatever they desire. So it's an income building strategy.
But I have heard like some negative things about it. Like I guess like the way they're selling it, like yeah, get rich by doing this. Like I don't know if that's what the negative
So
side to it.
yeah, they call it the $1 million baby. That's
Yeah.
the term they have out there for it. But you have to pay attention to your policies every year because it's also based on what the market is or is not doing.
Right.
And you want to make sure you're funding it enough. What happens is people don't fund their policies enough. So by the time that policy's moving with the market, there may not be enough money to continue floating. And then when you need it, you don't have enough coverage. And the other thing is you want to
Mm.
get a smaller death benefit so that you can accumulate cash in that type of policy versus a large death benefit accumulating cash. The cash is supposed to help your death benefit grow over time as well as have money in the bank if you need it. You can borrow from yourself with these type of plans.
That's what I think is what I hear the most about it. Like it's make your own bank. Yeah.
Yeah. And
um,
the interest rate is really low, like 5%. And a lot of them say you don't have to pay it back. They encourage you to pay it back, but there's no push to make you pay it back. It just comes out of your money that's growing.
right. Okay, that's a good explanation. All right, another question we got is this is a health insurance question. Hold on, this is a long question. All right, so the question is, what options besides premiums should I consider when trying to decide on what coverage is best for me when choosing medical insurance? That's a good question.
hmm So one
Especially
of
if
the
you're
things
doing.
you want, yes, this is a great question because one of the things you want to look at are the deductibles. You have to meet the deductible before you even start paying your copays.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you an example. Marketplace insurance right now, formerly known as Obamacare,
Yeah.
and last year it was very affordable. This year it's not that affordable for people. Premiums that used to be $30 are now $130. Same
Oh my
policy, yes, same plan.
God.
And a lot of people have decided, I'm not going to pay that. I'll
Right.
just go to the clinic and do an income base.
Right.
Um, but the deductibles are very important because if your deductible is $5,000, that literally means until you reach that $5,000 mark, you will not touch your copay.
Right.
So you want to make sure your deductible is as low as possible. If you're a person that has a lot of hospital visits, maybe you can go through that deductible really quickly because that hospital stay, your first hospital stay may be $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not a person that has chronic conditions or you're in and out of the hospitals, that may not be the best type of plan. You also want to look at your out-of-pocket maximum because this is how much you'll pay out of pocket for an entire year
Oh.
before you don't pay anything else. I would say look at your network. One thing that we have found is the networks change often. Even in the middle of a year, a doctor can make a decision that they're no longer in a network.
Wow.
And you'll have to find another physician or, yeah, because you're locked into your plan.
Yeah.
They don't allow you to make any changes unless you have a life-changing event. So the network is very important. Asking the doctor's office at the beginning of the year, will you still be taking this plan? And then you want to make sure you have your dental, your vision, mental health support. I know mental health is something that's very important in today in society. So those are some things that you want to make sure you have in place.
That's actually a question. Oh, I wonder if I emailed it to you. I just remembered somebody had a mental health question. Uh,
Really?
where was it? I'm just gonna try to remember by my off the top of my head. Let me see if I think I might. Did I email it to you? Okay, off the top of my head, it was somebody I know that she's in West Palm Beach, Florida. She said it's hard for her to get. She's going through. She has depression and other issues going on, and she's trying to get an affordable mental health, care, and she hasn't had much success. Like, what are her options? Like, what should she look for?
So for mental health, now does she mean she needs life insurance or health insurance?
I think it's health insurance.
Okay. So
Yeah.
health insurance, now they cannot deny you for pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So mental health care is included in some of the marketplace plans that are on the market. We also have some outliers where you can purchase plans just for mental health, but a lot of that are the virtual mental health
Right.
plan. Yep.
Yeah.
So I would suggest either you're going to pay a premium for it and you can utilize the teleservice, or you could use something like BetterHelp because a lot of them do income-based options as well.
Okay. Yeah. I wish I had. I'm scared to touch the phone and make this disconnect because I I think she sent it to me on Instagram. Now that I think about it. But that's the gist of the question. And what you said earlier really hit me because hit hope for me because you talked about your doctors changing networks because that really irked me because I'm like, why can't I can't find my doctor, and they're like, oh, she's not with the network anymore, you know. So yeah. And I mean, overall, can you share related, since we're on the health topic, can you share what the options are? Because I know a lot of people are getting frustrated with marketplace, the prices, and a lot of people did opt out. What are
Yes.
some of the people are getting aside from going to the clinic? Is there any other plans?
So I tell individuals to look at it from different perspectives. Like, think about your healthcare needs. What is it that you really need? Is the high deductible okay for you? Are you going to utilize your services a lot? If not, you want to stay in the middle, which are those silver plans, because they categorize them by silver, gold, platinum,
Right.
and so forth, which means the plan will pay either more or less on certain types of services. Now, outside of that, we also have plans outside the marketplace that are like hospital indemnity type setup, which means they will give you a certain amount of visits per year, and the plan will pay, let's say, $125 for a visit, a doctor's visit, and you would pay the difference. Or if the visit is only $75, the plan will send you the difference, which is $50.
Okay.
So there are different types of plans that are available. We also have one where your primary care and your specialists are unlimited, and those plans are like $170 a month.
Okay.
Uh, so different,
But
you
then,
may have to bundle some things.
right. I think it's when you're a single person like me, it's not as hard. But I guess when you have a whole family, it's like it got hit them hard because they
Yes.
with like 6 kids. So yeah.
Well, if they have children, a lot of times children are automatically placed under the Medicaid system.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed
Hmm.
that. All right. So going back to other questions. What else do we have? There was another question that I had. Oh, my cat's opening the door. Great. I'm like, what's going on here? It's like a human really opening the door. All right. So another question that I had was related to. Okay. I was. Let me see who this is from. Hold on. I want to give everybody a shout out who asked their questions. Tanya in Dallas. All right. I was told if I don't have a lot of money or family to get final to just get final expense insurance. Can you break that down for me, and also let people know what final expense insurance is, because a lot of people might not know what that is.
Sure. So final expense are smaller policies. That's for people that's just looking for enough to bury them. Anywhere from 5,000 to 25,000. There's some companies that do up to 50. And this is designed to cover your burial, your medical bills, small debts, things of that sort. It's great for people who are on a budget, and they usually start at age 45. So if you're younger than that, then I wouldn't say, look for a final expense plan. Just look for a regular term
Oh,
or whole life plan.
I didn't know. I just learned something new. I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. And then how much do you?
And
How much?
every company is different. We can check. Some companies do offer it for younger groups of, individuals. It just depends on the carrier.
Okay. And then on. I mean, well, I guess the question I'm asking is, on average, how much do people ask for to be buried? Like, I mean, you know,
On average, I would say about
cremation versus Rolls Royce pulling up, a Rolls Royce hearse pulling up. What's the average?
25,000.
Oh, that's how much the minimum. Okay, the average amount. Okay, but not
Yeah,
to bury.
that's the average. Hmm.
Okay, all right, not bad.
Yeah, so
Well,
just enough. And most people that are looking for final expense, they're, you know, looking at their budget. How much can I afford?
right.
Because a lot of times those policies are whole life. They'll be with them for the duration of their lifetime, as long as they pay the premium. But these plans are usually less expensive
Okay.
because they can build it out. Oh, well, 25,000, I'm just throwing an example. 25,000, let's say it's $50. And they say, well, you know what? I don't want to pay $50 per month. I need something less. All right, well, we can do 15,000 for $45 a month or something of that sort. So those plans are built around budgets and, premiums.
Gotcha. And let's talk about the importance of getting insurance. Since we don't want to be, what is it that we call it? GoFundMe.
We don't
GoFundMe.
want people funding me.
Yeah. And I mean, it's sad. It's funny and sad at the same time. But because a lot of us think we're gonna live forever, or yeah, I'm making. And then I can look at my high school, and there's like so many people that have left already. It's so sad when you think about people that we think they're gonna live long, and we don't. I mean, tomorrow's not promised, right? So give us some benefits of maybe health and life insurance. Give us two sides, and then
Well,
we'll wrap up.
okay, sure. So the healthier you are, the less expensive it's going to be on both sides.
Right.
The younger you are, the less expensive life insurance will be. And once you lock in something in your prime age, like, before you get to your 50s, and you're younger, you're locking in that rate is with you when you're your 60s and 70s.
What you trying
You
to say?
want to I'm just saying, when you get older, the
I switched
premiums
to 25. I'm
the
sorry.
premiums, yes, so the premiums are based on your age and your health. So you want to lock it in when you're healthier and when you're younger. But your budget, as you get older, your income changes. And a lot of people, their income is decreased. Maybe they've downsized. Their income is not the same as it used to be because they're not working multiple jobs, or they have stopped working, whatever it is. They're on a fixed income. At that time, they can only afford so much.
Right.
So get it when you're young, when you're healthy. Even if you don't get it when you're young, get it when you're healthy. Because let's say someone has a stroke out of nowhere. I spoke to a lady not too long ago who just had two strokes back
Yeesh.
to back, and she's in her early 50s, and
Ooh.
she didn't see it coming.
Two
And
strokes back to back. That's terrifying. Lord.
yes, and they had no rhyme or reason why it happened. So and stress is, the number one cause of all
Yep.
of those types of issues.
Yep.
So you want to put things in place. So for instance, we have heart attack and stroke plans and cancer plans,
Yeah.
which show if you had any of those things, if any time that showed up unexpectedly, if you had a plan in place, that plan will pay you a lump sum of money to help you with your bills, out of pocket costs, things that you cannot pay because you're not working, you're not well, right?
Right.
So if you wanted to say, hey, let me just grab a $30 premium for a $10,000 cash pay just in case. I mean, insurance is always just in
Just in
case. Like
case. You're in the just in case.
something's going to happen. When, how, where, we don't know any of those answers, but to be covered is going to help you have a peace of mind.
Right. Right.
So I would say, sometimes we just need to think about the what ifs because you want to be as prepared as you can be.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good info. And then on the other side of the fence, as becoming an insurance agent, I know I have a lot of people here that like, having a side business, or they want to even maybe leave their corporate job and start something. What are some just basic requirements, if they wanted to become an agent to work with you or anybody else, but preferably you?
Thanks for the
Oh, and
plug.
I should add to people, just to show you how networking works. I met Dr. Tiffany Pringle because I signed up a couple of years ago, on the marketplace website. I found
Mhm.
her name, and we became friends after that. So look at that's a good insurance agent right there. Okay. All right. So
Thank
tell people how
you.
they can become an agent if they wanted to become an agent.
So, for anyone that is looking to get into the business, it does require some study time and getting your tests passed and taking your state boards for your state and paying for your license. And then getting contracted with carriers. You do have to link with an agency in order to get contracted with carriers. Most carriers will not contract you directly, so you do have to be contracted with an agency. We're always bringing people on, and there's different ways that you can work with us, but the first thing is studying for that life insurance test. And since Simone has endeavored and have done this already, how was your experience?
It
It's
was
fresh
fun.
for you.
The studying was no joke, but what I would tell people that definitely make a plan for studying, make a plan to, like, really carve out time, because you're going to need it. And also, YouTube is your friend. I listen to a lot of YouTube videos, and that helps a lot. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. And if anybody's interested in connecting with the TAP Insurance Group, definitely you can comment below. You can DM me. I will definitely connect you, and you can learn more about everything that Dr. Tiffany does and what we do. And I'm really excited to be partnered with them. And yeah, it's a great experience. I'm enjoying learning about it. I feel like a grown up learning all this stuff. I'm like, this is stuff I should have been known. Like,
But I say insurance, like being in the insurance industry, you have to be mentally prepared because I don't know that in my 20s I would have valued this opportunity.
no,
Um,
I know I wouldn't have. I'm like, yeah,
like
yeah.
when
But
you
I
heard
love forever.
insurance, like, what is that? I don't want to do that, right? That's boring.
Yes.
But at my age now, I'm like, I understand it. I'm excited about it. I'm passionate about helping people get protected. So I have a different level of appreciation for the industry and what it offers. I'd say that having your license is like having a golden ticket. You can always make money. You just have to be plugged in. Do not let your license lapse and keep it because if something happened, I mean, you all see the way our world is right now, America is right now. And so many people are being laid off their jobs and things of that sort. But having a license allows you to have an opportunity to create business. So it's a way to your freedom.
So funny to me because everybody I had no idea. I'm not everybody, but I'm meeting a lot of people that I've known for years that I had no idea that that's what they were doing. They're like, yeah, I've had my license for years. That's what I do on the side. Or I retired 10 years ago. I retired my boss 10 years ago because I sell life insurance. One of my childhood friends does property and casualty, another one does, I'm just like, wow, I had no idea that's what everybody was doing.
Yes. And when you think about it, how has America been built? Insurance companies,
Good point.
large insurance companies is what makes this economic system go around. Like
Right,
you plugging in, and it's the banks and the insurance companies.
right. Yeah,
And so what inspired me is I went to an African American museum some time ago in Alabama, and some of the stories that were shared throughout the museum was showcasing Blacks that started insurance companies and banks way back then. Think about the challenges and obstacles and struggles they may have endured. And I'm like, you know
sure.
what? If they made that happen then, what is it that we can't do now?
Right, right,
So, you can find your sweet spot in this industry. You don't have to do one thing. You can do multiple, or you can just hone in on that niched area.
right. Okay. And I think you have a niche too, right? Like, but you kind of have a lot going. You have a lot, but you have a whole team. So it's not just you.
We specialize in the Medicare side, definitely helping individuals, the senior population,
Yeah,
just because I love education and I believe our seniors sometimes get overlooked. And it gives me the opportunity to show them what they're eligible for and how to give them more benefits that a lot of times they don't have to pay for. But if they
right,
don't know it exists, they can't get access.
right. Well, that's a beautiful thing you're doing, and we are so grateful for you sharing your time with the Own Your Power family. And again, if anybody's interested, make sure you follow Tap Insurance Group on Instagram. We need to build up them followers, and hit me up on the DM, or you can email me. Well, pretty much just DM me. That's easier, or comment below. And if you're interested, we will connect you and help you with whatever your needs are. All right.
Definitely. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.